Okay. But that something's alive.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah. Ana gari wahi ka joke se wana si os nyari ka zi on video yajut ka we no ji on dadget ko in star on ta runi retina wada do ga gari yo gesu ya ti sota asa tanka garako ya tin star ji hun zage dan go guskat ne ganongwe retina wada do so year dan net kundon hatsa dat gawis a gwaids ani ganyak de gerdo dan a koigo o quadri no consumo retina wada do ya ti sota gunhan ne do no da hetsto ne gonna go here da di hawa koi Damdao yaron hetsera gazet stansera ne ganungwe. Damdao yaron hetsera gazet stansera ne asat ni gat dardige ganyaga haga da dinyato no nata roni dan riskerewage. Dan damdao adon gatsera a gwengo na goro go yana rasera go neskana ori huio kari wa gori shunsera dan gazet stansera. Damdao ayonki at again ha damdao adon hetsera gazet stansera ne wis Zionzage Yorakoze or Yorakoze with Zionzage. Ne etzage gayana rasara skana go etzage tugana wida etzage jagunsuze. Damdawi gayanda wana ne gonna go Rio. So as you know, every time we get together for council meeting, ceremony, anything of importance, we always have to carry out a Montagari Wadekwa first. This is the words that come before our health. It's where we identify and give thanks to the things within creation that have created us and the things that we need to continue to sustain us. So we always begin by giving our thanks to the great spiral of creation, that when you look up into the nighttime sky, you're not looking into cold, dark, empty, lifeless space the way that non-native science would lead you to believe. No, instead, you were looking into the living, vibrant body of our great mother. And so we give thanks to her, to Sky Woman, as it is she who has given us spirit. From there, we give our thanks to the beating heart of our Mother Earth, to Grandma Moon. It is she who regulates the flow of the lifeblood in all things, and so we give thanks to her, to Grandma Moon, as it is she who has given us blood. From there, we give our thanks to our Mother Earth, regardless of what color you are, what language you speak, where you've grown up from Mother Earth, or what you imagine divides us. Regardless of these things, we all come from the same mother, making us all one family, sisters, brothers, all relations all together. And so we give thanks to her, to Mother Earth, as it is she who has given us body. From there, we give our thanks to all the women, from the newest born baby girl to the eldest grandmother, as they carry the sacred title of life giver into the world and are to be honored and respected as such. We give thanks to them, for in this world, they give us purpose and direction. From there, we give our thanks to the spirit that connects all things together, from the furthest reaching roots of the trees that extract the energy deep from within Mother Earth, all of the powers and energies of what is known and what is unknown, the functions that happen within the body of our mother, to the roots and the medicines, the surface where the people and animals dwell, off of the earth into the brush, the shrubs and the trees where bugs, insects, little flying things off into the air, the birds, the microbial life forms that we're breathing in all the time, the water that fills the air, off of our Mother Earth, into our solar cell, into our galactic self, and into the larger body of Sky Woman herself, the spirit that connects all things, that gives all things life, just like within your body, the tiniest little microbe or whatever that's on your body, anywhere within your body, within your hair, anywhere, that it is all getting its life force from your heart beating. And so this is the larger heart within the body of Sky Woman herself. that keeps all things alive throughout all creation, throughout the waterverse. From there, we give our thanks to all the waters and all the medicines and all the shapes and forms they come in. And this is to remind ourselves that you are made of 100% water, and so you are medicine. You are medicine to your grandparents. The instance you were born into this world, you were medicine to your mother, your father, your sisters, brothers, friends, family, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your wife, your husband, to all of your friends, you are medicine. And if you are not aware of your medicine, then your medicine is being co-opted from you. And so you must take proactive action to control, to manage your medicine, to disperse it where you want it, as opposed to, as you know, what's going on in the world. Everybody on earth is in the non-native world is at war. So that means everybody is having their energy taken from them, co-opted by something. And something is causing you to be subjected to worldwide war, destruction, chaos. And so if you are not aware of your medicine, then you are within that chaos. And so you must find your way out of the darkness. And so we give thanks to our ancestors that carried the good mind, and we ask them to help us to return our mothers back to their natural seat of authority within all of our nations so they can manage all of our people properly once again. This goes not only for the Ganyangahaga, because we are a matrilineal society and all native people throughout Turtle Island, North and South, but it goes for the lost people of the other side of the world who have been lost in their desert, unable to find their home. No matter where they go, they cannot find peace, they cannot find love, they cannot find the purpose or the meaning of what it is to be alive. And so we ask our ancestors for guidance to help us to return the true spirit of the three universal clans of the Ganyangahaga, of the turtle, wolf, and bear, what the non-native world knows as protons, neutrons, and electrons. We ask our ancestors to help us to return the true spirit of the true knowledge of every wampum within the great law of peace, back to the hearts and minds of the people, to help us to return the true spirit, true meaning, true power of the Five Nations Longhouse Confederacy, the Gunasumwe. We ask our ancestors to help us to return the peace, power, and righteousness to the united people, to return the good mind leading to the balanced mind. And if anything is left out, then that is for you to put it in its proper place. Of course, we know that a Hondagari Wadekwa, depending on who and what and where, what's the purpose, what you're gathered for, a Hondagari Wadekwa could last for a day, could even go beyond that. You know, if you're going very, like within the drum dance, the big drum dance, that everything in creation is identified. So you can have a drum dance, you know, like very short, one verse, and say, thank you for everything in creation. Or else you can actually name those things within creation. And so that could take a very long time. And this becomes the teaching, the schoolroom, the classroom for the people, for the children, as to the knowledge of the people, of our connections within creation, our knowledge of creation, so that we can convey to our children knowledge, purpose, reason for being, as opposed to the non-native world. Their only reason for being is to wage war, it's to kill, to keep killing and to kill, to kill everything until everything is destroyed. You don't know this yet because you are a part of the process. And as you are killing, well, means there is still life. But to kill one thing and then to continue killing another thing, and then the next generation killing and killing and killing, this means that the non-native world is engaged in killing absolutely every living thing, not only here on Mother Earth, but throughout all creation. As you know, as everybody knows, you see the colonial expansion now off world to Grandma Moon, into space. And that means that, well, from our little cell, floating in the vastness of space, just like one little cell within your body of trillions of cells, one little cell can contract cancer. And when it does, that cell expands it into the body. So the white British non-native European their colonial expansion into the world has been first to corrupt an individual cell, to cancerize it. The whole purpose of the last 500 years of the non-native being here is to expand cancer. They expanded the cancer out of their cell of half of the earth, of the corruptions of male dominance, of nonstop war, of commodification. They destroyed their people completely with it and removed knowledge of purpose of being. Removed it from them. And so now their only purpose of being is expansion. And expansion as a cancer cell means to leave the earth to bring the exact same cancer that is destroying the earth off-world, into space, into Grandma Moon, and beyond that, into every planet within our solar system. As you know, it is already the practice to send that cancer to different worlds within our solar system. Mercury, a spacecraft was sent there, and of course, white man decides to crash their spacecraft into planets. That means that the environment of that planet is compromised forever with the poison that comes from the white man here on Earth from the other side, the corrupted side of the earth. So they brought it from the corrupted side of the earth here into the love and peace and balance and harmony of Turtle Island, and used the power and energy from here, from their killing and their murdering and raping and thieving of 500 years behavior of this, and using that to accelerate their colonial expansion into Grandma Moon. So right now, as you can see, the white man's behavior is destroying the earth. But right now, you're in the process of leaving the earth, so you cannot see what it means to as it expands off of the earth. You are just at the first step. The second step means to destroy Grandma Moon. And once Grandma Moon is destroyed, the earth is destroyed. And once the earth is destroyed, all the planets are knocked out of balance and our solar cell is destroyed completely. And then once our solar cell is destroyed completely, then the white man's cancer, the white man's poison, is expanded into the next solar cell, into the galactic cell. Poisoning, just like within a human body, that a person who looks healthy, contracting cancer, still looking healthy for a while, you don't even know that you got cancer, but you're walking around feeling good. Maybe you might feel a little bit of tiredness or hard breathing, and you might not associate it with anything, just the corruptions of the stress of the world that the non-native is creating. But eventually you become debilitated, and then you become bedridden, and then you die from cancer. And so this is what we are seeing the white man doing, and their collective behavior in expanding their corrupted colonial expansion off of Mother Earth into our solar cell. They are going to kill our entire planet by killing the beating heart of our planet, meaning Grandma Moon. They are out to kill her, which means they are out to kill every planet in our solar system. They are out to kill the sun itself. And then from beyond that, they are out to kill the larger body of Sky Woman. Everything, killing everything. On our scale, that might take it might be unimaginable, because you cannot see yourself as living that long. It would take billions and billions of years. But when we consider the colonial expansion of the white British non-native European in leaving their homeland to bring their poisons over here, then you can see that over 500 years, you can actually measure it. But that's only for the small body of our earth, and still the non-native people are in a state of denial of what they are doing. They are in a collective state of denial that they are planet killers. It's unfortunate. I am not lying. This is the fact of what the non-native people have become. And so we are dealing with a cancer cell that is all around us, that looks just like you, and you think it's got the right to life just like you, and you would even stand there with a protest sign saying, hey, leave my friend the cancer cell alone. They got the right to life, while other people are there with the lynch mob, wanting to kill them. But you are defending them. This is what the non-native has become. They are the killers of the planet, and they defend their actions vigorously. Of everything that they are doing, they defend it all the way down the line, that they are good people, that they're correct or whatever. But the real people must stand in defense against their cancer, or else it is all life that is on the line. Billions of years down the road will be the final breath of Sky Woman if we allow things to continue the way that the white man has free reign, because he's a killer. That's his only reason. It's not because he's smart. It's not because he's smarter than us and overpowered us in an intellectual wrestling match or something. No, it's because he is the only one on the planet willing to kill everything and everyone. No problem. He is a killer. So this is what we must know and understand to be able to deal with the things that we are confronted with everywhere, all around the earth. Real people must rise out of their corruptions that they have been enslaved into and stand with their lives against what they had become. Okay, little bit maybe a little bit dark into what is presented here, but when we consider, I'm going to show you something. Can you share the post that I just shared on Facebook? It's about Carney, the thing that you shared with me. Okay, I'm just going to share with you a brief post that we just put up a few minutes ago, and well, a little while ago, and not the whole story is there. It's just the post I'm going to share with you, and I'm not going to really go in depth to it, but just to show you as to this process, what humans are within this process. Okay, so here you see Ottawa wants to launch a reform to accelerate all major projects, but it also says insignificant ones also, major projects and ones that are not major. So what does that mean? To accelerate projects. What are projects? What is that? That's an assault. That's clear cutting of the forest. That's digging up the land all over. That's polluting every river. That's polluting every lake, everything. That's what it means. When Ottawa wants to launch a reform to accelerate all major projects, it's to accelerate the cancer. And just like, as you know, within a victim of cancer, a person who gets cancer, there's a point in time, okay, we can stop sharing that now. Anybody can find this information out, but it's also in conjunction with, as we speak, Trumpler is journeying, and if he's not already there, in China, but he's going there with the biggest CEOs from the biggest companies in the United States. Now, why is he going to China when it should be a political ambassadorial trip, but he's bringing business people. So it's not about ambassadorialism. It's not about political, adjusting things politically. This is a collective, worldwide, concerted effort of the white British non-native Europeans. Everywhere that they are amping up their cancerous assault on creation, and they do it through what looks like political processes. So you think of a cell within you, within a healthy person, a cell that becomes inflicted with cancer. That one cell, while it's there, again, you can probably don't even notice it, doesn't affect you, until a bunch of them are infected, and then it starts affecting your breathing, your equilibrium, your sense of even your sense of cognizance, affecting everything until the point of where eventually you die. But there is a reality that many have seen. If you have been unfortunate enough, knock on wood, that you haven't been, and you're not going to be, everybody, knock on wood. We don't want this to happen, but we know people die from cancer. if you've seen somebody, if you've lived with somebody who's died from cancer, you know there's the steady decline, decline, decline. And then all of a sudden there's a burst of energy, like a burst of life. And it tricks you. You think, oh, maybe they're going to be okay. But this is what happens within cancer. It all of a sudden boosts. As it's taking you down, it boosts, like it goes through a hyper, I don't know, hyper state of animation for death. And it gives a false sense of a temporary energy, and then death. So this is what it looks like on the cellular level. Inside of you, a cell is debating within itself, expanding. It's not debating about, hey, let's check out ourselves and see there's something wrong with us, see if we're sick and if we can correct it. No, it debates expansion. And so that's what it looks like around the world. That's why Trumpler is going to China. This is why Carney is making this statement of accelerating the process. Everywhere on earth, war accelerating, political accelerating. Everybody knows that China is already hyper capitalized, hyper commodification. So by Trumpler going there and what they're doing, it's all about business. It's all nothing about people or politics. It's all about expanding cancer. So that means that, well, you know what they're going there to open doors to come out of economics, which is commodification. So that means that you, every single person, you are being wrangled right now, or you're being like a horse. You're being saddled up to go and wage war. And you know, you will gladly go and wage war. You will gladly invest your money in a hedge fund that's going to return you $1 million. You will gladly do that. There's no way in hell you're not going to do that. You're already doing it. How many of you already have investments in the open market? And you know that you don't want bad returns. You know you want good returns. And so Trumpler and Carney and everywhere else on earth right now that you don't know of because you're not aware of it, everywhere else on earth is expanding into this evil reality. It is the ugliness, the ugliest ugly of humanity. And that comes direct out of the white British non-native Europeans with their colonial expansion. Good people on their own, very good people, all very nice. But collectively, they lose their identity to their collective and they are overpowered. They'll all say they're good people. They don't want war. They want to protect the environment. But then all of their taxes goes to war and all of their taxes goes to destroying the environment that they say they don't want these wars and they want to protect that environment. They are lost. And they are hoping all of their efforts over the last 500 years is to get the native people to be just as lost as them, to begin to change over from being a healthy cell to become the cancer just like them. And this is precisely what the ban system is designed for in every community. The tribal system in the so-called stateside is designed to bend over backwards to kiss the white man's ass in his planetary destruction. And they are all participating in it, like Ganawagi, investing in the white man's economy. How retarded do you have to be to invest in the thing that is killing you? Now, for non-native people, they've been lost for hundreds of years, at least 500, but they've been lost for at least, I estimate, at least about 7,000 years. They have been lost. Completely verifiable for at least the last 3,000 years through their expansion of religion, because that's what cancer looks like. It's religion. Cancer is killing, but yet, oh, let's pretend that we're not killing. Let's pray to God that all the killing we're doing doesn't kill what we're killing. So as long as there's been religion around, that's how long they have been completely oblivious of self, of not knowing self. And so This is what they wish their colonial advancement is, to expand from their corrupted side of the seed, which, as you know, every pod has two sides in it. Their side went crazy, male dominant, raped their own mothers, killed their own mothers, oppressing and killing them for thousands of years. And yet women in that society continue to give their life-giving energy to that. What does that say about that individual woman, that individual person that does that? But yet they'll protest and they'll say, don't build windmills, don't pollute the waters, don't go to war. They're protesting their own actions, protesting themselves. That means lack of self-realization. The non-native does not know who or what they are. And so it is left to the real people of this world to stand against a true enemy. Not an imagined one, not that we are friends. We are not friends. We are still engaged in a 500-year war in defense against the white British non-native Europeans' colonial advancement. We are still engaged in that. I will never, my line will never disengage from that. We will always continue to fight in defense, and that means right until the last second when they throw us in jail or kill us, because that's what the white man does. So this is where we are upon the earth right now. Cancer is in transition. It's in a hyperbolic phase of expansionism. What are you going to do about it? You can't even acknowledge it. You just are closed-minded into looking at what's happening in your neck of the woods and saying, well, let's fight against this, or this is bothering me, so we better do something about it. Well, killing women and children in Palestine doesn't bother you one bit. You pay for it and you do it. You drop the bombs. And yet, here at home, the most that most people do is complain about windmills or polluting the river or simple, tiny little stuff like that. Okay, so this is where we are today. We are not in a friendly relationship, native and non-native. That isn't so. We are friendly to the non-native. The non-native has never been friendly to us. Never. Even our friends are still engaged against us because they got no choice. They're enslaved to paying the taxes, which goes against us, which pays the police to come in and to inflict white man's laws upon us right here in Ganawagi, which means that we cannot be who we are supposed to be. Like, for instance, as you know, at this time of year, all the fields should be burned to rid of disease and infestation of things like ticks and other things like that. But white man's laws coming into the community through the ban system and the town cops, that they will arrest you, they will fine you, they will throw you in jail, they will stop you. So it's not even the non-native that does this, so they can't see what they're doing. They put themselves at arm's length from themselves. There's a relative state of deniability for them. And this is what democracy is. It is incorporation, so that incorporation means that nobody's responsible for nothing. In the non-native world, is anybody responsible for anything? No. That's why they created the first corporation of religion, so that all the corrupted minds can all get together and all continue to rape, violate, murder. Those are the good religious people. Imagine what the bad ones do. Okay, so this is what is all around us. When you look at the news of just China and Trumpler going to China and bringing CEOs from companies, you know that the deals are being made, being locked into, oh, they're going to turn around and say, oh, there's no war between us. Yay, there's no war. But there's war on creation. As long as humans aren't killing each other in the non-native world, That's okay for them. As long as they're killing everything else, they're okay. Okay, so you may notice that there is a little dark undertone here in my discourse tonight. Well, it's because of these things. You know, everybody's just seen this in the news about the carnival that's happening here in so-called Canada, and about Trumper, and about everything else that's going on. All the other things that you've been seeing, imagining, these are not wars. These are economic maneuvers to open up that, just like what Trump was doing, where there's protected spaces free of being extractivism being applied to them. All of these places, as we know, that our sisters and brothers within the Lakotas are now in a fight, standing a fight of their lives, standing to defend against the extractivism, the complete evisceration of the Black Hills, of their territories. But it's like fighting an invisible enemy. You could stand there and say, no, you're not coming out of my Black Hills, and stand there with like a spear, you know, poking into thin air, and you're never going to hit that white man who's doing that. So the native people have to pull their heads out of the white man's rear end and get back into our identity for you to even be able to begin to see the truth of what is happening here for the past 500 years in Turtle Island. The non-native European back home, where they come from in their old world, none of them have a clue. None of them have known the truth of anything for the last 500 years. The ones that are here are even worse off than them, because they're the tip of the spear. At least the rest of the spear can say, we're not the tip of the spear. Hey, we didn't go there. We're not the ones who did this. Yous are the ones who did it. But they sent yous. It's their power, their inertia behind you that keeps every generation of colonizers within their colonial efforts. It's those back in their home, their old world, that gives you the power to do this. Because everything that you're doing here, say you came here, and you think of day one when you came here and you cut down all the trees, what did you do with it? Did you sell them here? There was nobody to buy it here. You shipped it back home to Europe to sell it over there. Look at all the beavers that you killed here. Did you sell them here? Of course not. Some were sold here, you know, to keep you warm while you're out killing more beavers. But you sent them all back to your homeland. So the reality is everything that is extracted, eviscerated out of Turtle Island is all being sold, all sent back to the white man's homeland of Europe. And so that's the true impetus behind the non-native people that have been here for 500 years. You're not here on your own. You'll never be able to be here on your own. It was physically impossible for any of you to be here on your own. You could never get here on your own. It's a collective concerted effort of cancer expansion. It is able to do what life will consider to be the unimaginable, killing all of life. Okay, so also there is something else. Okay, for those of you who have been here with us, those of you who have journeyed here to the Longhouse up the hill, our friends, brace yourself. Something bad happened here today. 6 o'clock this morning. Now, all of you know this never happens. 6 o'clock this morning, I jumped out of bed and I went right outside to work. I wanted to do this. I told Edith yesterday that I'm going to get up at 7. Didn't I say that? I'm going to get up at 7 now to get those damn squirrels out of the garden. Well, I woke up at 6. And I did get some squirrels out of the garden. There was one in particular that I know I terrorized it. So that one might not be back. I cornered into a tree and I was shooting sticks up at it and was jumping in between the branches. I wouldn't let it jump out. I was really fast, but then I ran out of ammunition. So then it escaped. But I worked from 6 in the morning till 2 in the afternoon until it started raining too much. And I was cleaning out the corral for the horse. There was a lot of trees that grew in there, and Rocco Yesu cut them down, and I cleaned them all out of there. And our friend Donald was here. And it must have been around 1 o'clock when this happened. No, it was later than that. It was around 2. I clean out the last piece, and Cookie, our horse, started running around in the corral. And I said, look at that, how beautiful she is, freed up. She's free to run now. Look at how beautiful she is. And Donald was on the outside of the corral, and I'm on the inside, and I'm watching her run around me, and Donald was watching her run. And anyways, I cleaned up her corral completely of all the debris that was in there. And 2 o'clock, it was too wet. I came inside and I went to sleep. I laid down because nothing else to do. I slept till about 4:30, 5 o'clock. And then Edith says to me, why didn't you tell me that something happened to Cookie? And I says, what? What? Our horse Cookie was outside of the corral, almost to where my father is buried, right in between the corral and where my father's buried, and she's on the ground, and she's dead. So our horse Cookie is dead. Were you able to find pictures of her?
Videos, yeah.
So we're gonna share a little bit of her, because there's a darkness over us now of this death of our horse. Now, mind you, my sons were born into knowing Cookie. We've had this horse for at least 30 years. Well, pretty much about 30 years. I think I may have gotten her when my oldest son, Anahahawi, was maybe a year or 2 old. And she was at least 7 years old when I got her. So she's about 35 years old. Maybe a little older, maybe 35, 37 years old. And that's how long horses last. You know, ponies, they only last about that long. But the thing about this pony is that when I got it, I already had ponies of my own. Some of you may remember I had Chief and Counselor. And I used to give the kids pony rides. You know, when they come here, pony rides. Anyways. So these, I had 3 horses given to me by Elna. What's her last name? Elna Stacy, the owner of Village Variety. She gave me 3 horses. She contacted me one day and asked me if I wanted these 3 ponies, and I said, sure, yeah. I said, gee, thanks, that's generous. And then about a month later or so, something was happening. My pony died, and the other pony, something was happening to them. So we had 4 ponies in all, and my pony died. Something was happening to the other, so I called the vet. And the vet came over, looking at the ponies, and the vet said to me, says, hey, aren't these Elna's ponies? And I says, yeah, she gave them to me. He told me they had liver disease, and she knew about it. And for horses, it's contagious. So 2 of the ponies that she gave me died. One of my ponies that I had already died. And then this one, Cookie, which was one of hers, which was maybe already at least 7 years old, possibly older. I don't know. This one survived, and she's been with us ever since my youngest son was in this world. He's how old is he now? 27? Is he 27? Yeah, he's 27. No, Rocco, yes, he's only 27.
I thought you were talking about how.
And he's he was born into like as if it's part of the family. And always taking care of her, and just in the last, since it's thawed out, you know, like been warm, he's taking care of her, getting the corral ready for her. So anyways, she died today. It's very sad, very uncomfortable feeling. But we're gonna show you her. We're gonna share with you now uh, the minimal life story of Cookie. She was known around the world, though. People around the world knew her. There's some.
Yeah, there should. Yeah.
Look at how beautiful she is. So this is last summer.
This is breakfast. Mm. Hello, baby Cookie. How's it going? Are you too? You come too?
Aw.
How's it going? How's it going? Nah, don't be jealous. This is Cookie, the hearts and hearts. Are you hungry, Cookie? Yeah.
He's saying, give me water.
Good. Hello, baby. Are you hungry? You want some hay? There's an apple. Let's give you an apple.
Okay, so it's just those two videos, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for those of you who have been here, those of you who have seen her and loved her, you know that I know it's a shock. It was when I woke up and Edith said this to me. I got like, what? What the? I felt anger inside of me. As you see in the video, she is a very beautiful pony. She looks like a full-size horse, very perfectly proportioned. You know, a lot of ponies, they look kind of funny, you know. They look like squished horses, you know, but this one looked perfectly proportioned. She was just a pony, and she was never broken. When Elma gave me these ponies, this one was not broken, and I said, I'm not gonna break her. I'm gonna leave her free. But of course, she's corralled, you know, but let her live free. And she lived free here for I would say 30 years. It's 30, maybe 28 years I've had her. Had her here. no, excuse me. She never had to have her her hoofs cut. She never needed that. Now you think of if you own horses, you know, like you gotta call somebody in to come in and file their hoofs down or cut them, you know, clean them. She never needed that. Why? How come? Well, do horses out in the wild need that to happen? Do they need a human to come out into the wilderness with a little box and to pick up their foot and to clean it out and to cut their hoofs? Do horses need that? No. But some, we do know that if you don't cut them, their hoofs can even curl inwards, you know, like curl up and in. But this pony never needed, never, we never got her hoofs filed or any of that. And her hoofs were always nice, you know, there was no cracks in them or anything. So she was a very good all around pony. And what we did notice is that only in the last couple of days, like maybe 2 days, 3 days at the most, that her face turned all white. As you seen in the video there, there was a little bit of white, and we could all see it, you know, over the past few years, like the white creeping in on her. We knew how old she was, so you know, we all seen it happening. But in the last couple of days, like really turned white. So, you know, I was just thinking when I seen that, like, whoa, you're really getting old now. Last year, I said, didn't I say to you last year I expected her to die last summer?
Yeah.
That's what I expected last summer. Because just knowing how old she is, you know, and nothing else, she didn't have any problems. She never had a health problem. But I just because of how old she was, I was thinking last summer, might be the summer. So now this summer, there's ain't gonna be no rhubarb, and there ain't no cookie. And so we're in a big transition here. For me this afternoon, since I learned about this a little while ago, I went to ask my brother if he's seen anything. He didn't see anything. But out of the corral, almost where my father is buried, and you could see that where she is right now, laying on the ground, between her and where my father is buried, you can see that she was on the ground there because looked like she was rolling around because all of her fur is there, and you could tell like on the ground, you know, it's grass where she is. You could tell it's like all disrupted enough where you could tell she was rolling or something or spinning, rolling. So, you know, it's just odd. Could be just the kind of thing that happens, you know, your last boost of energy. Break out of the corral. The last time she broke out of the corral was maybe 10 years ago. And we had to corral her. She didn't leave the grounds. She didn't run off of the grounds, but it's like she didn't want to go back into her corral. So what we did was we took hours like trying to catch her. But then eventually we just put ropes up and just allowed her to walk back. She walked back to her corral and she stayed in there ever since. She never came out. And as you've seen in the video, some of the boards on the corral are broken off. She could have just stepped out anytime. She never wanted to. That was the safety or sanctity of her place, you know, where she is. Okay, so since I woke up, my mind is like in a bad, not a bad place, just you know, sorrow, sad, feeling very sad for her. Sad to see her go. I didn't get to eat, and I'm starving, and I'm upset. So for tonight, I don't know. Somebody's got their hand up, so let's go to whoever's got their hand up.
Lucy.
Yeah, go ahead, Lucy.
Hi, je suis Lucie, la petite fille d'Anita et de Jeanne-Isabelle, la fille de Thérèse, la mère de Frédéric, Fanny et Rémi, et la grand-mère de Priya et Armani. Bonsoir à tout le monde.
Lucy present herself the maternity way.
So I'm so sad about your horse, your pony. But I have a good news because now my son and our lady has a new baby born in Polish. How do you say that in English? Female horse?
Pony?
Uh, she had a little baby yesterday at 9.
Oh.
So
wow.
yours dead, but for me have a new one.
Hmm.
Okay. So this is I don't know if it's a good message, but I think it's positive in that way. I send a few pictures to Edith and Angel, so maybe she can show you the picture of the new baby born. It will change maybe your mind.
We'll have to log in and okay, hang
It's
on.
in the center.
Yeah, I'll transfer that to the head's chat.
Thank you. Thank you, Angel.
Where are they?
They are in Notre-Dame de Lourdes. It's close to Joliette.
Wow.
Did you see? She was just born. She took the picture with the mother.
Okay, we're gonna share it right now. Yeah, we just got it.
Okay, and she her name, the little baby, is Patience, because we wait for her till May 2. She was supposed to be there on May 2nd, but she just took 10 days more. So she's born on the 12th of May. It's so
Wow.
cute. So the
Mm.
mother is Layla and the baby is Patience.
Patience.
Wow, beautiful.
Patience? Yeah. So I want to send something positive.
Mm.
It's so nice. There's more, but I don't know if you have everything. I just transfer what I have. So this is
Okay,
a little one.
that's a beautiful horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
Okay.
and she's a very good horse, and the baby look cool too. You see her take some milk. Just a few. There's some more picture, so maybe you can show when she took some milk. I
That's
don't know
all.
if you. I don't know.
Okay. Oh,
Wait, we're checking. I don't know.
it's because it's so slow, the internet too.
Yeah,
Oh,
our internet is slow. I can see the
yeah.
picture, but it takes a minute to come into.
So there's a little new baby born.
Oh, okay, we got one. Here it comes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Beautiful.
And let's see if it takes. Oh, there you go.
Yes, you see her
Yeah.
take some milk.
Well, oh yeah, that's a beautiful horse. My goodness.
Yes, yes.
Oh, that's gonna be a big horse.
Oh.
Yes, I think so. The father I know is a big one. So
Hmm.
so
Okay,
this
well,
eh?
uh, some, no, nothing. Okay, we'll stop sharing that.
Yeah,
Okay,
thank
so
you.
for us, yeah, I'll go for that. For us here now, we don't have a horse. We don't have a dog anymore. We're looking for a dog. We're looking for the last one. Rhubarb was a pure Siberian Husky, and she had a lot of puppies, brought a lot of beauty and a lot of happiness into this world. We're looking for another female dog, preferably Husky or Siberian Husky again, if it could be a purebred. if anybody knows, can direct or pass that information on to us. And we're gonna be looking for another pony now. We're gonna have to get another one, so if anybody happens to have information on ponies, or maybe somebody, maybe there was just a pony being born somewhere, like your horse. So if anybody has information on that, forward it to us, see if we can replenish our animals here. Yeah, okay, all right, so nothing else, nobody else has their hand up or anything, we're just gonna, I'm sorry, but I'm like beside myself, and I'm starving too, so I gotta eat. So for tonight, unless there is something absolutely pressing, we're gonna close off for tonight.
I had something else to ask you, but it can be postponed on next Wednesday. But I have to talk to Edith and Angèle. It's about the petition that we say that maybe we can do to help you for closing the Terra
Okay,
Pure.
like you said, we'll leave that for next week.
Okay, perfect, no problem.
It's not absolutely pressing. Just to say to Gazita Howie and Curry that we're gonna have to work before Friday to go and hand deliver the document to TerraPure. We don't have to make an appointment or anything. We're just gonna go there and we're gonna call them and we're gonna tell them that we're outside and we're here to deliver a message, sort of like what we done with Coca-Cola before. Well, maybe this was, we took an action a long time ago, like how long ago was that? Like 15 years ago? Maybe, with Coca-Cola. Yeah, it had to be about 15 years ago. My sons were just young, they were about 8 and 9 years old, something around there. And I took them to the movies. And in the movies, there was a commercial for Coca-Cola. They showed a polar bear in the north, and they said something about doing their part, you know, like that polar bear, something like that. And I got really angry that Coca-Cola had a commercial like this within movie theaters. And Coca-Cola is part and parcel to what is killing polar bears. They may not be the ones directly there causing the ice melting right there that's making it harder for polar bears, but international corporations such as that is what's causing the everything, the depletion of life on Earth. And so I wrote a letter to Coca-Cola, and we journeyed there. Myself, Edith, and Stone went to their national headquarters in Toronto. And we didn't make an appointment or nothing. We just went and sat in their library, in their lobby, and we announced, or to whoever in there, said who we are, and we said we're here to present a document. If somebody wants to come out and receive it, if not, we'll leave it with the receptionist. So the receptionist said, let me see what I can do. And we waited a few minutes, and the head of public relations
Relations with the community. Yeah.
for all of so-called Canada for Coca-Cola came out and spoke with us. We recorded the whole thing. I just never, this is like from way before the time when we started doing Zooms or thinking anything about it. So we videotaped the whole thing, and I don't even know where the hell that video is. So we were there for, I don't know, maybe about an hour, I think. We spoke with the guy, and they received us well, and they actually pulled the commercials that they had in the movie theaters. So because of how I didn't want them lying to my sons, because of that. Because my sons were seeing it in the theater. It caused me to do something about it, go to Ottawa, to Toronto, to their national headquarters and to present them with that document, and it actually worked. Caused them to stop that commercial from running that commercial in movie theaters. So, why am I saying that? Oh, about TerraPure, what we gotta do with a TerraPure. I'm too hungry now, I'm starving. When I heard this about Cookie, it was 4:30 and then all of a sudden it's 7 o'clock and I didn't get to eat. And so, yeah, all of that. So by Friday, we have to hand deliver this to TerraPure. So, I know also that Kirby got hurt, that he stepped on a nail yesterday. Don't know, if it was a rusty nail or whatever, and he had to go to the hospital for that. So, we'll just limit our conversation to this tonight. Curry, what happened? How are you? How's your foot? Are you, did you get a tetanus shot? What happened?
No tetanus shot. Foot's a little sore right now, but I went to get a tetanus and they had a 3-in-1 vaccine. So I didn't get it. It was for whooping cough, diphtheria and tetanus. So what happened to the good old tetanus shot? I guess they don't have it. So vitamin C and keep it clean, I guess. Best I can do. I'm not getting some kind of something I don't know about, you know. Seemed
Was it
kind of
a-
complicated to me.
Was it a big nail? Did it go right through your foot or what happened?
No, it kind of went in an angle, thankfully. It's I guess 2.5 inch minus the 3/4, so I don't know. Nice puncture hole, anyways.
Was it, do you know, was it a rusty nail? Was it a new one? Were you
No, it
able-
was a rusty, it was an old nail. So
The bad thing about that right now, this time of year, there's no shiny green leaves, to put on there, but tobacco, wrap. I guess you were already taking care of it, but tobacco sucks out anything. If you put it over the wound, some tobacco and wrap it, it's gonna suck out. It'll suck it out, keep it clean. But that's really interesting that you can't go to get a tetanus shot without them wanting to give you a vaccination. Wow. That's really take the poison if you want the medicine. What the hell good is the medicine if you gotta take the poison?
yeah. And wasn't really too interested in taking last time I got a tetanus shot, it was just tetanus. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
So
No.
I don't trust anything like that. So I'll deal with the nail.
Comes as a package deal, no?
Mhm.
Wow, okay, all right, so
Like that since the 80s, though. This
What?
combination of the 3 vaccines at the same time, it's been like that since I'm young, so the 80s at least.
Oh, wow.
It's not new, no.
Wow, it must have been, holy crap, it must have been a lifetime ago that I got a tetanus shot too, because I remember when I was a kid, stepped on a nail at the wharf, the docks across the seaway, we swam across there and I stepped on a nail and it went almost through my foot. I'm barefoot and I had to swim back across the seaway and walk all the way to the hospital from the wharf. I must have been 6 or 7 years old. And I went by myself. And they gave me a tetanus shot. That's how not worried everybody was about insurance or this or that, oh, your mom's not here, you'll need somebody to sign or whatever, they seen I stepped on a rusty nail, had a big hole in my foot, they gave me a tetanus shot. Today now you can't get away with something like that now. No, it's bloody murder. Okay, so is it like hurting so bad that you can't walk or You think we could make it?
He just went in the other room with the baby. The baby's being difficult, but he's all right. He's just limping around a bit.
Okay, so let's shoot for Friday then to do that. That way, give you a day rest, So,
Okay, no problem. I just wanted to mention that we have our friend Roberta here, but I don't know if we should have her back like another time if she feels up to it, because she's been sitting there and I don't know
yeah,
if she wants to come back.
her name is
I just don't
Verna.
want to be rude.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm really sorry about your pony. I have horses and it's heartbreaking, but very beautiful that she got out of the corral and ran to your father. That's very beautiful. That's so anyhow, I always feel better sometimes when animals get to leave. I feel that they're the lucky ones. But anyhow, that's just but I thank you for letting me listen, and I'm very sorry for all your difficulties today and for the last 500 years. The British Empire chopped off my relatives and killed them and dragged them through the street too, but I just happen to be white, so they don't like the Welsh people either. So.
Oh yeah, I know that. Yep.
Yeah, I'm Welsh, and they killed my ancestors. That's why I'm here, because I know how evil they are. But anyhow, I'm stuck in the system just like you guys are. I don't know the best way to fix this, but somehow we have to talk about it because the land is going to die with the white farmers. They're evil.
Okay, if you don't mind, because tonight I would still keep talking, but
no, I'll let you go. You're hungry. It's okay.
It took my mind a while ago, and I was supposed to eat, but I didn't. So I'm just like really too.
You need to eat. Go eat. I'll talk to you another time.
Okay, so if you are willing, if you're able, either this Saturday or next Wednesday or any Saturday or Wednesday, you're welcome to come back. I know we have important stuff to talk about. Of course, just so that everybody knows, Roberta is in the area here close to Ganawagi, in like the green belt, the farm areas. So important things are happening there right now with the band system. Investing in destroying the green belt. So there's important stuff we have to talk about. So Roberta, if you can make it back Saturday or Wednesday.
I can't this Saturday. I'm away, but I can next Wednesday. And I've always had a connection to you guys. I just want to let you know who I am, so you guys don't think I'm just like this person from. I did live right next to your reserve. I lived in the Shaggy Heights. You probably know my late husband, Dawson Meisner. He played in Blind Lemon Pie Band. He was a musician in Chattagee, and he's very close with the natives. He's very close with Corey, not Corey, your band leader, but Corey, the guitar player with Keith. They do cars. He helped build their foundation there. So we've been trying to. Well, we weren't trying. We just liked you guys. We were just close with and also Donnie Briswa. He came and helped us renovate this house when we moved here. When I had my small, I just had a baby, and he helped come and live with us. So I do have connection to you guys, not so much personally, but through my late husband, because he was very close, and he just liked being with you guys. So anyhow, I just feel that somehow I reached out to you because I see what the government's doing to the First Nations through the energy system right now, and I just don't think it's the best thing. I think we can do better somehow working together. But I don't know. There's grants for you guys. That's all I want to tell you. There's money for you out there that the government's willing to give you, and you just got to go around the band council. That's my opinion. That's all I'm going to say. And see, maybe if you want to, I'm just going to leave the idea to you. And if you're not interested, I'll just, I'm fine. I just wanted to reach out. That's all I wanted to do. I know you're having trouble.
We're very interested, so we'll welcome you next Wednesday then.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yes, next Wednesday at 7, I can make it. Okay. Take care.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for understanding. We'll go to everybody. I know everybody understands. It's just another one of these pressures, and on top of that, as everybody knows,
well, it's getting busy.
my brother came back here in my front yard. Oh my goodness, what now, 3-4 days ago? And everybody knows that situation. And I'm in a reoccurring nightmare. It's like never ending with him. And now with this stuff, it's just pressure and pressure and pressure. So I know everybody understands. So now we'll go anyways. We're gonna close up. I really gotta eat. Really
Thank you.
feel my brain is starving now. Okay, so we're still gonna close up with the way that we always do. We're gonna close up with a song. Maybe a song for Cookie tonight. Song for my horsey. That horse was a good horse, I'll tell you. Really. She's really gonna be missed by a lot of people, and that horse was world famous. People around the world knew that horse. Just like the way people around the world know Haha and Esu. And people knew rhubarb, and so there is people around the world who are gonna be affected by this, not that they're gonna lose sleep, but empathy, we all feel empathy for each other. Oh, my drum is dead because of the humidity. Cookie.